show. Na 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 na. Got get that feeling.
Hello, loves. It's me, Sunshine. Thank you so much for coming on and joining us. We have this beautiful goddess tonight. Her name is Cassandra. I'll bring her on. Yay. Hello, love.
Thank you for having me.
You are so welcome. I have all your little stuff on the bottom. And I have your little goddess in the corner there. Do you see her?
I see her, the beautiful goddess.
So much love. You have a comment already. We have a very talented artist on with us tonight. Yeah, she channels her artwork. Yeah, most artists all channel most of us, right? Channel our artwork, right? So beautiful.
Absolutely.
So tell us about your journey on how you became this beautiful goddess.
Wow. Well, we're all born beautiful goddesses. We have to come to that awakening, though. So that's something I think everybody needs to know. We're born that way. But my journey began in my mid-20s. A psychic medium had said to me, "You see spirit differently," and guided me to a spiritual healer who did meditation circles. And I started to learn how to meditate. I understood what she meant by "you see spirit differently."
Okay.
I saw the world from a different point of view than maybe others who haven't gone through the awakening process just yet. But if I didn't have her assistance, I would have never understood. I would have never known what an empath is, why I feel when I see people. And through guided meditation, through deep healing, peeling back the layers of my life, that's how my journey began. So I truly put in the work. But it never felt like work. It was always, this doesn't feel like work. This
doesn't feel like work, but getting rid of the layers is work, right?
It is. But as long as you have a good support system around you, it is something that is, you can so do it. Anybody can do it.
Yes. And you know me, I'm a big advocate for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So the deeper I went into meditation and the more that I practiced every day, because when we meditate, it's like we're picking up the phone to spirit. We're saying, "Hey, I'm here. I'm ready to listen. I'm ready to talk to you." You're giving spirit the opportunity to communicate with you. We may ask questions and think that we're going to get the answers immediately, and it doesn't happen that way. It's divine timing. Because when I stepped into understanding my soul origin, that happened completely out of the blue years later, and I never even knew what soul origin was.
Well, why don't you tell the audience?
So there's 5 different types of soul origin on this beautiful planet, on Gaia. There is human, there is extraterrestrial, there is celestial, all other, which I like to call it elemental. We have the plant kingdom, the animal kingdom, the fae, the mermaids. And then there's hybrid, which can be a combination of any of those 4. You can have extraterrestrial and human, extraterrestrial and celestial. I love extraterrestrial and elemental. You can be a combination of that. But it's important to understand that a lot of people will come to me and say, "Well, what's my soul origin? What is it? What is it?" You have to go through the steps to reveal it yourself. You will not appreciate it. You will not understand it if it's given to you in the wrong timing. For me, it happens during a random meditation that had nothing to do with extraterrestrials or where I was at.
Right.
And all of a sudden it was just plopped right on my lap. And I was like, "Oh my God." And how you can't question something that comes out of the blue like that.
Right.
Wouldn't question it because you're like, "I didn't make that up. That definitely came from spirit." So this is, why meditation is so important. You're giving spirit the opportunity to give you the information when you're ready and when you need it.
So true. So true.
Yeah.
I love it. So what else did you figure out during that meditation?
Well, I understood my soul origin. I understood my position there, the reason why my soul came here at this time in this lifetime. And then I sat around and I was like trying to digest all of this. I'm like, well, this is beautiful. This is wonderful. But nobody speaks about extraterrestrials. Nobody that I know of. I know there's a lot of fear behind it, which is kind of silly in my eyes now, but it's not silly because if you don't know something, fear is probably a natural feeling. And
well, and a lot of other humans had put fear into people about it, right?
right, right. Exactly, because there isn't an understanding there. So, what is
Right.
my journey here? To educate, to educate, to show, to not be afraid to reveal who you are, to show the love that's behind it and the purpose of us being here.
Yeah.
And then when I sat around and it was like, it's funny. It's like spirit gives you some information. They give you a little encyclopedia of information and you're like, hey, who's going to teach me all of this? And they're like, well, this person is. And that's how I found my mentor. And she was out of the blue. Biggest gift I've ever received. And from there, my journey just totally shot up because she's well educated on
Right.
that soul origin. And then I was really able to delve into it and so enjoy it. And my journey just began even further. My art became even more intricate. Um, I understood my gifts more. And
Right.
from then I was able to get into earthly life, how my journey here is to help humanity. And what am I going to do to help humanity? Right. I never really asked that question because I felt like energy work and meditation and giving guided meditations was part of my journey. But then spirit gave me even more. So while I was doing my intuitive art, a pinnacle time for everybody living on this beautiful planet is where my first oracle card deck came from. And that deck was interesting. It was so interesting because I sat there and I said, I'm not a famous author. Who's going to buy an oracle card deck from me? Right? I'll do it for fun. I'll do it for
And
fun
that's
because
what we should all do. Everything that we do should do for fun. And then if it makes a profit, it makes a profit. If not, you had fun doing it, right?
you have fun doing it.
Yeah.
Most important is receive, deliver, trust, and faith.
Yeah.
Never question it because the way spirit was working with me was they gave me the task. I had to fulfill the task. Then I understood later on what it meant. And I'm
Mm.
still unveiling what they mean. So trust and faith. They expect that from us.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So beautiful.
Thank you.
Christy, her link is posted on the screen. If you see it scrolling by, love, that's where her cards are. Her deck is. You can purchase them. Yay!
Yeah.
So tell us about your first deck.
So my first deck is the Extraterrestrial Healing Oracle cards. And I can show it to you. Is it okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I
Sure.
have this here. And this is the cover of the deck. So on the cover of the deck is the painting that I was actually working on, who is Alien Starseed. It's a beautiful mermaid's tail, and within the painting is a guide, is one of my ET guides. So during this time, I was furloughed from my firm, which was a blessing. I really enjoyed it. I have to say it was
Yeah.
an enjoyable time to be able to be home and be quiet and not have to get into the rat race and put makeup on every day and get dressed up every day. There was no pressure. And at that time, I lived very close to the beach, walked to the beach every day. I'd sit on the rocks and I would meditate I'd feel the water, feel the sands. I would walk back and just connect with Gaia, go into my room, and I'd work on this painting. And it was effortless. There was no pressure. So I truly just allowed spirit just to tell me what to do, even if I disagreed with it, because I didn't like the painting. And I felt like I was making mistakes.
Aw.
I felt like I was making mistakes. And even on the top of the tail, I'm like, I don't know. This doesn't feel right. It's not sitting right with me. I said, but it's here. I'm doing this for fun, right? I'm doing this because this is what my soul, what I'm feeling intuitively to do.
Right.
So I said, all right, I made the decision. I'm done. I'm going to put this painting in my portfolio. Intuitively, I heard you're going to create an oracle card deck. And that's when I said to myself, I'm like, it truly came out of the blue. So that's when spirit hits you. It's when you're least expecting it.
Yeah.
I'm in the house alone. Nobody's talking to me. Nobody was there. So I thought to myself, I'm like, me? I'm like, who's gonna, I'm like, all right. I had no idea. I've never created a book. I never created an oracle card deck, but I heard the symbology. And a true channel just pours out on the paper. It's effortless. Those 55 symbols literally just came out on the paper that in those few minutes. It was effortless. I just allowed, spirit to channel through me. And if you have the deck, you can see each individual symbol is different.
Yep.
There's no copies in there, and that is allowing spirit to channel through me. And I was like, okay. And then, excuse me, we have the channeled galactic meanings. And those are very special. And again, channeled within a couple of days, which is very different than the second deck that I created. And some of those symbols are actually assigned to individuals because I was so excited. I was telling my family members, oh my God, look at this. Pick a symbol. Let's see what happens. And, they would always pick a symbol that I didn't have a meaning to yet, that I'd never written anything down yet. And it was like, boom, there was the channel. That was the channel. It was them. And I remember my brother-in-law, who I love more than anything, his was joy of a child, to keep the joy of a child. Yeah. And I will never, ever, ever forget that. And my sister, who probably doesn't want to hear it, but a jack of all trades, is an expert at none. I will never, ever forget it, because she's like, figures, I picked a symbol with no meaning. I'm like, no, but this is a sign to you.
Yeah.
It was just a really beautiful, beautiful experience to make that first deck. And then when I put it out there, I was really nervous, because I'm like, all right, I'm putting all of this effort into this. I created the cards, the format, the symbols, the meanings, the artwork, everything. And it was fun. It was truly a labor of love. It took a few months to put together, but I had that time. It was like spirit gifted me that time to do that. And they're like, well, you're going to utilize it properly. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, and just to receive the feedback that I've received, and to see how other individuals are utilizing the deck and how it's bringing love into their life, means more than anything. More than anything, to see the outpour of support that I got from my peers, it was just uplifting to make me even want to do more.
Yeah, that's beautiful. You have a lot of fans, love.
Lucky. I'm very blessed. I feel blessed.
Yeah, you are blessed. You are blessed. But you worked hard, and you were the messenger. You were the messenger, right?
Right. Right. I think something important that I think everybody needs to know who's on their spiritual journey, whether it's the very beginning or if you're, very experienced, is that we all have a specific purpose. And something came up today, and and it made sense to me. It's like the sense of competition sometimes can pop up. But you have to understand, everybody is here to fulfill a specific purpose. You have to be you. We want you, right?
Yes.
We don't want another replica of Cassandra. We don't want another replica of somebody else. We want you and your special gifts. Please be unique and don't be afraid. Because if I was fearful, none of this would be out. I took a lot of flack, Alien Starseed. I took a lot of flack, but I said, I'm doing it. I'm doing it because I'm guided to do it.
And you're speaking your truth. You're being your authentic self. Same
Right.
with me, I'm out there and I love every freaking minute of it. So yeah, you
Right.
gotta be yourself.
And we love you. I mean, look at the beautiful platform you've given for all of us, all the light workers. You're giving so much back to this community.
Well,
It's,
thank you.
yeah. Mhm.
It's just part of being me. That's it. That's it. I love just being with all of you and featuring all of you. It's part of who I am, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then what happened with the second deck? Did you
So
do that?
the second deck is very interesting because that came about in one of my peers' classes. Her name is Valerie. She has Our Gift Within.
Yes.
And she had a soul journey class and she was giving me a reading. First, I asked her permission because sometimes if you have a peer coming into your class, you could get a little nervous. So I asked her permission to be there and she said, absolutely, of course. And she looks at me in the reading and goes, what are you waiting for? Meaning the second deck. And I'm
Right.
like, you're right. What am I waiting for? And I literally started channeling the symbols in my book in her class.
Wow.
Now, this deck is a little bit smaller. It's about 32 cards, I believe. I believe it's 32 cards. And but it was an uphill battle. And
Really?
yes, I went through a lot of healing, a lot of peeling back the layers. So like the first deck, the painting came first. The second deck, the painting came last,
Wow.
like last minute. I had something drawn that I thought was going to be the cover, and it had absolutely nothing to do with it. And something else that was important was I make a grid of the symbols on watercolor paper, and it's pretty big so that I can have it scanned in.
Right.
And I had the symbols sitting there for a long time, and only half of them were painted in gold.
Mm.
I physically couldn't get the other symbols painted, and I didn't understand what was taking so long. I'm like, this is a smaller deck. Why is this taking 2 years to complete? And as I looked back, I'm like, there were things that I had to go through in my life, emotional healing I had to go through in my life before I could complete the deck. So
So it wasn't time yet.
it wasn't time. And it seems so simple because it's right there. And it's like I physically couldn't pick up the paintbrush, which seems so silly, but now it made perfect sense. And finally, after that last piece of the puzzle, that last piece of release, which made sense, which a lot of it with me was through relationships
Okay.
for the rising sun,
Mm.
um, the symbols were done. And I thought, okay, but what about the cover? It was still like I was hitting these barriers and they were hard barriers. And when spirit stops you, believe me, you're being stopped. And I was like, my gosh, I'm like, what am I going to do here?
Mm.
So I started doing some meditations and working in the quantum fields, the invisible field of creation in the galaxies.
Mm.
And I was doing a meditation and I said, you know what? I'm not asking for anything. I'm just going to ask for a mystical experience. Let's see what happens. Something fun, something beautiful, something amazing, maybe nothing. Who knows? And
Yeah.
I'm doing this at work.
Get through it all. Whatever.
Whatever. And I'm doing this at work while I'm working because that's what keeps me occupied. So I'm envisioning so I can actually get my work done. I have to keep, duality going in there.
I'm the same way. I'm the same way.
Yeah. So I'm working in the quantum field and I'm just feeling it in the music and it's beautiful. I finish up my day, I finish up my work, I get in the car and I'm driving on the LIE. And all of a sudden the goddess appears in my car.
Wow.
And my mind's eye with her beautiful, long, flowing white hair, her face so magnetic and so beautiful. And I'm driving. Somebody else took over the wheel at that time. They had to have. And I was just like, please, please don't let me forget her beautiful face. Don't let me forget this beautiful image so I can make it home. And
Right.
I made it home. I made it home. I was able to get her on paper. And intuitively, I knew, I said, no, she's the cover of the deck. The goddess is the rising sun.
That's beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I didn't even know, I didn't even see the deck yet. Did I see the deck yet when I saw you at the
No.
yeah, at the fair? I went to the fair, and of course I went over to your table and I purchased your mermaid, right? The print of your mermaid. And then, we hugged and whatever, chatted. And then I took the mermaid and you put the goddess up, and I was like, what? Now I wanted her. Right? I was like, who is she?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. I remember that. And that painting that you purchased, she was my first piece that started this intuitive journey, was that mermaid.
Yeah. She's
Yeah.
beautiful.
So she brings up a beautiful story too, because another mentor of mine many, many years ago, she has the beautiful mermaid soul within her, the mermaid essence, Claire Hollywood.
Okay.
I was doing meditations and classes with her, and she's like, I need to see your artwork. I want to see your artwork. And I'm like, ooh. I'm like, okay, all right, I'll bring it over. And I remember her face when she saw it. She's like, I want this. She goes, I want to buy this. And because she had so much confidence in me and she pushed me, that's what led me to start putting my artwork out in the public.
Yeah.
So again, that support system, like-minded people around you, really is very important. Reach out to each other, support each other.
Yes.
You know?
We're here to nourish and inspire each other, not judge each other.
Yeah, because it's amazing. And Valerie and I, from Our Gifts Within, we actually sell a bundle package. We have her extraterrestrial spray, which is absolutely amazing. I use it every single day. It's her healing technology that she's created. We put a little bundle together with my first deck, my ET deck, and the ET spray. And we did it at a little discounted rate, so it gives a little incentive, and it's wonderful tools to bring together. So together we created two separate intuitive, guidance items, and then we brought them together to collaborate together, and it's bringing beautiful energy out. It's like a new birth.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. So it's been a beautiful journey. There is a third deck on its way.
Ooh.
There
That's
is a third deck
exciting.
on its. Yes. Am I allowed to say that? Yes, I'm allowed to say the title. It's going to be The New Moon Rising.
Ooh.
Yes, and this deck is 75 cards, and it's really, the energy is pretty amazing. That deck actually came about pretty quickly. I felt spirit giving everybody that push. Like once you get on your journey, that wheel's going to start going, and they're going to keep fueling you so that you can continue to go as long as you allow them to. But the new moon rising, the energy of the moon is absolutely amazing because it's a collaboration of so many different energies, so many different soul origins, which I believe a lot of us need to be maybe educated on.
Right.
The moon holds energies of human, extraterrestrial, and celestial. But it's a energy at a different level, at an educated level of the galaxies and what is around us. It's a very different human than that lives on Mother Gaia.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's beautiful. I love
Thank
that.
you.
I love the name Paul just said. Amazing name too. So
Thank
yeah, beautiful. And we have Joseph. He wants to purchase a mermaid.
Oh.
Yay! So much love. So much love.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. And tell us where you. You sell it on the website, right?
Yes, I sell them on the website, different sizes. Right now, I think I only have posted 11 by 14. They're smaller sizes. But I also do different fairs around Long Island. So Empowered Expo, I'm sorry, Diane, I'm chopping the name, but the next one is going to be March 12th. And
Okay.
that's in Holtzville Holiday Inn, I believe. I believe it'll be the Holtzville Holiday Inn. I'll have the information on my website. But at the fairs, I sell different pieces of artwork and I also sell the oracle cards. Now, I do circulate my artwork, and I'm sure you do as well, Sunshine. So, like, if I'm doing fairs, I want to know what the feeling is there. I want to make sure the table's jiving with the room. So I circulate my artwork. But if anybody has any requests or questions, I'm happy to send photos. Message me on my website. I can send anything over that you'd like.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, Christy says she's going on a shopping spree too. Ah! I love it. So tell us a little bit about the deck, the goddess deck.
So the goddess deck, which I have right here, here's the goddess. And here's the back of her card too, because it shows a little bit of the rising sun.
Oh,
So
okay.
these are the,
I just
yeah, that,
I just received my deck. I happen to
right.
have I didn't even I just got them, so I'm excited to look at them.
Yeah, my small token of appreciation for you having me here.
Yeah.
So, the rising sun. The title made a lot of sense as I came to the completion of the deck because the rising sun is like a new birth. And when
Yeah.
the sun rises every day, right, we're starting a brand new day. We're sleeping away the night, we're healing at night, and we may be traveling, doing, some interdimensional work. But in the morning, it's a rebirth. So the rising sun made, excuse me, perfect sense to what the title was and my travels through completing the deck.
Mm.
This deck honestly was a lot of emotional healing through relationships, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of understandings, a lot of misunderstandings, a lot of gifts being given. And I mean emotional and spiritual gifts through each symbol. The sun is fierce, she's strong, she's intense, and the intensity really came through while I was working on this deck. And believe me, spirit put me through it, but put me through it for a reason, so that I'm able, put me through it for a reason, so I'm able to reflect this on anybody else who may be going through the same situation. I mean, some people may look at the cards and just think it's just beautiful artwork. Maybe we just channeled some art and you got some symbols and you put them on a card. But myself as the artist put so much energy and so much work into this. There's a lot of meaning behind it. And I want everyone to be able to have that opportunity. It's like my babies.
Right.
Yeah. I nurtured them.
Yeah.
Growing with it. Right. Right.
So what journey did you go on? Do you want to say it out loud or?
It was a big breakup. It was a huge shift in independence, and something that I never thought that I could go through. That person, as good as they were, there was a lot of yin and yang. There was a but it was an unbalanced yin and yang.
Yes.
And I birthed the goddess in me working on this oracle card deck.
I love it.
Right.
Yeah.
The independent goddess, the goddess who understands self-love and truly what self-love is, and healthy boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm still working on to this day, which it still surfaces, and I'm like, hey, how do I put forth a healthy boundary here and stay in my same nature?
Yeah.
Because it's easy to match a vibration when it's being presented to you. When there's arguments going on, it's easy to match that vibration. And that's something that I really work through with these cards as well. But the understanding is that you don't have to lose yourself to get your point across.
Yeah. And you don't have to match their energy. You can bring your energy and have them rise up to yours.
Have them rise up, and there's an interesting saying in one of the cards, which is that's actually showing me now, ends well. And it's something that ends well. And you need to, with the relationship wise, I'm sorry, it's like I'm seeing the vision and sometimes I lose my words, so I apologize, everyone.
Don't apologize. Do what you got to do, love.
It came up in a reading yesterday. All's well that ends well.
Mm,
All is well that ends well. And it was echoing through my head while I was giving this reading to this woman. And I was like, yeah, I'm like, just because you're ready to end something, maybe end a relationship, doesn't mean it has to end in fire and
right.
destruction.
Yeah.
All is well, all becomes well that ends well. Do your best to, complete that. They're showing me pack up the box as neatly as possible and ship it on its way.
Mm-hmm.
You have no, you don't have control over the reaction of the receiver,
Right.
but you can do your best in giving love with that,
That's right.
with that mission, where it's going in its destination.
And thank them for the journey. Thank
Absolutely.
and thank them for the lessons, because all lessons are love.
They absolutely are. When it's time for us to cross over on the other side, we will understand so much, and we all sign up for this, and they're in our soul contract, and the person signed the contract to behave in a certain way, to give you certain lessons, to see if you're going to learn through them. And it
Mm,
doesn't mean that you should stay in an abusive relationship, whether it just be emotional, verbal, or maybe even physical. But you can be grateful for the journey once you reveal, pick up the veil over your eyes and say, hey, wait a minute, this isn't supposed to be, this is not supposed to be.
mhm.
That's when you finally start to learn your journey, and then you, most importantly, learn to move on from it as well.
And
But
step into your power and be
yeah,
the goddess that you are. Yes, I love it.
right. Something else I wanted to tell you too. Yesterday was a big surprise for me because I did a beautiful fair at Fire Island Vines, and I love doing the fairs. And normally I'm just a vendor. I like doing readings, but I really wanted to focus on my artwork and sell my cards and talk to people and let them work with the magic and the energy. And a good friend of mine couldn't make it, and I stepped in as a reader for her. And it was a huge gift. It was a huge gift. And I remember leaving and coming home and just expressing my gratitude to the moon goddess, just saying thank you so much as I was putting my crystals out and setting forth my intentions. And I'm like, and I want to intend my gratitude here for
Yeah,
trust and faith, for the gift that was being bestowed upon me.
it's so beautiful. And you just going with the flow with it. I went to do a mural once at a self-love goddess gathering, and the healer ended up canceling. So the woman who was hosting the event, she was like, I don't know what to do. I said, well, I happen to be a healer also. So
Mhm.
it just, flowed with it. And that's beautiful, and it's
Mhm.
was what was meant to be.
Trust and faith.
That's right.
Trust and faith. And oh my God, the beautiful souls that I got to sit with,
Yeah.
both in front of me and via spirit. It was just beautiful. And I was so, so grateful. So, so grateful.
That's awesome.
Yeah. hmm So, again, it is just, sometimes spirit will surprise you with things and they test you.
Yeah, well, that's what we're here for, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
To see what our reactions, definitely
Yeah,
see what our reactions are going to be and learn from our reactions.
absolutely. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the intuitive art and also where it's taking me to this time, because I have a series of some pieces, and a lot of them are mermaid. And the goddess was the first piece of art that didn't really reflect like a water image.
Okay.
So it's important, and I'm happy to share a little bit of my soul origin, which is Pleiadian. During that first meditation, I was gifted the home where I came from, the planet in the Pleiades, which is Zatara. And it's a very feminine planet, which is interesting because it reflects, the human that I am here on this planet right now. Because, we change, we shift, we become all different kinds of things we come back as, because that's what makes this journey fun. You wouldn't want to be the same thing in the next lifetime.
Right.
So on that planet, there are a lot, and if this gets a little too deep, I understand, but I just wanted to share just a little bit because my intuitive.
The deeper the better, love. Speak your
Yeah,
truth. Yeah.
it's a little deep, and we're going out there, but that's who I am.
Let's do it. Let's do
Yeah.
it. Rock
So
and roll.
yeah, so on Zatara, my position there was in a royalty position, but not like royalty here. It's just a place where I was at that was earned, because it's very different in the Pleiades or other galaxies. You have to earn positions by doing the work. Same here, but with learning your intuition, you're not just gonna. It's not just gonna pop open and hey, spirit's gonna say you. No, you have to earn that.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing happens, there. You have to earn these positions, but it's by saving, helping other beings, healing, creating a loving place for people to gather, to go. And it's such a reflection of what light workers do here.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very important. We need to create that loving space, that sanctuary for those who may feel that they're displaced right now. That planet is for displaced souls, and we created a home, a sanctuary for everyone to be at, to go to unite in. And the mermaids really represent transformation. So the artwork with the mermaids in, I was totally transforming through my spiritual journey, really understanding what a Pleiadian soul is, what a starseed is. So it was so interesting that there were four mermaids that came through, and then the goddess. So now it's a totally new journey of understanding, a
Right.
different form of transformation.
Ooh, I just got chills.
Right. Right. So it's like they're taking you through the journey. So it's important, if anybody is an intuitive artist or writes, go back to your old writings to compare to what you're doing now. Watch the transformation. Be proud of yourself.
At all times.
Right, right.
Ever growing, ever learning.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So do you do question and answer on here, Sunshine?
I do. Somebody actually did pose a question, but I wanted to for you to finish what you were saying, if I could find the question. Somebody asked your zodiac sign.
I'm a Gemini.
I'm a Gemini too.
I am a Gemini. Yes.
Anybody else have any questions for this beautiful goddess? You're more than welcome to ask away. Ask away. You want to show a couple of your cards or anything?
Absolutely. We could do a little card reading if you want.
Okay, let's do that. Yeah.
So I feel like the first deck is really important right now. It's deep, strong. I want to introduce that to everyone. So to work with oracle cards, you always must remember you have to clear the energy when you're working with them. If somebody else touches them, if you're doing a reading, or even if you're working on them daily. So you hold them in your left hands, which is your receiving hands. Knock on them 3 times. Clear that energy out, right? Put them to your heart center. And you can think of a question, or maybe just an intention that you have, or even an emotion. If you want to put an emotion into the cards and see what the reflection is going to be, right? Now, with my cards, I always express, please do not shuffle them like a deck of cards. You want to keep the energy flowing freely. So
Yeah.
look, this card just popped up for us.
Yeah.
Keep keep the energy flowing freely, right? So you don't ruin the integrity of them. And I think we're going to pull this one as well. So for our group, we have 20. So take a look at the symbology. Can you see that nice and clear?
Yep.
Now you may connect with the symbology. You may connect with the number on the card, or you may just want to get some divine guidance through written message. So 20, when at times you feel distraught over negative thinking, remember the lesson in the matter. Your God-given ability to rise above negativity and seething jealousy is so strong and present. Be the light path you need to rise above. How amazing you must be for others to wish the same in kind. This is an important card, and some of these cards are very strong and then might not be taken the right way, which I understand, but these are extraterrestrial. They're straight and to the point, and there's no sugarcoating here. However, it's important to understand when we see a reflection from somebody else that may not be in the brightest light. It is not a reflection of you. It may be a reflection of their insecurities at that time. You should not let that hinder you. Send them light, send them love, wish them goodness. Because when we start again to match that vibration, we're going to bring ourselves down again and we're going to become sick. You could physically become sick from that. Maybe even give them some assistance if you want to. And I feel like somebody here may need to hear that at this time. It's hard when, there's lots of different personalities around and, everybody has to work together and we're all going through different things in life. Not everybody's having the best day. Not everybody's having the best life. So maybe if you get a little backlash from someone, you might want to take a little step back and say, where is this coming from? Let me think, right? And this card is one of my favorites. So this is 55. I'm not good with the
That's my favorite number, 5 5s.
5 5. And this is one of my favorite symbols. So one of my spirit guides, who is Zion, who was the very, very first extraterrestrial spirit guide that had come through to me, is actually in this card deck. And he's just amazing. I see him all the time. He's a small little gray, very intelligent and no nonsense. So sometimes when you're playful, he might get a little upset with you, but we have a journey and we fulfill our job. So a great intelligence is upon you, a higher consciousness, which speaks volumes of recognition of your great past work. Awards arriving if you're willing to listen and achieve greatness. Zion, Zithra. Let's just see him one more time. The triangle, the 3 dots, the direction. It's almost like a spaceship. Everybody can take a quick look at that.
Yeah.
Digest it. Mm-hmm.
We have one question, 2 questions.
Okay.
Can you recommend a guided meditation?
Absolutely. So on my website, I have 3 videos. 2 are video tutorials on how to utilize my card deck. And at the end of the tutorial is a guided meditation. So if you're looking for something safe, something intuitive to bring you through, why not take a look at that? I'm going to be putting maybe 2 more guided meditations on my website because I get that question a lot. Can you recommend a guided meditation? Chakra balancing. I love doing guided meditations to bring others to meet their prominent spirit guide. Again, it's you're setting forth an intention, but yet you're letting spirit take the wheel, which is I just love doing that. So if you'd like to take a look at my website, there's 2 guided meditations on there that you're more than welcome to join in.
Fun. We have Joseph wants to book a session, a reading from you. That's beautiful. And then we have our friend Ascended from Within. Any messages for him, I guess?
Arnie, they're saying take faith seriously. Take faith seriously and stop pondering on the what ifs. And it's not just because I know who you are.
Yeah.
But this is what they're saying. Take your faith seriously and don't ponder on what if could happen. Take those risks. I feel like the word faith sometimes is thrown around and it's not being taken seriously. It's like, what is faith? Where are we holding faith in our body? If you could take it in as an energy, where would you hold it? Would you hold it in your heart? Would you hold it in your solar plexus? Would you hold it in your throat? You know, where is your faith? Where would you hold it? Take that energy and put it into your heart center. Hold that faith and trust. And it's a knowing.
Yeah.
Something else we started discussing yesterday, which came up quite often, was the art of manifestation. And I asked so many people, I go, so how do you manifest? What do you do? We got the thinking part right. We got the writing down part right, but nobody got the feeling part. You can't manifest without the feeling.
That's
You got
right.
to bring yourself there. You have to tell the universe, hey, I'm here. You got to match the vibration. So with that question, match the vibration, bring your vibration to faith. What does faith feel like? Does it feel like love? Does it feel warm all over your body? If you want to manifest something, act as if it already happened. Walk in those shoes, right?
Feel it, believe it. That's
right. Declare it.
Yes.
Declare it.
We have another woman wants Catherine. Book it, baby. She wants a session.
Absolutely. You could go on my website and book that session, and I'll let you know my availability.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love Christy. And then who else? We have Trish. Yep. Heart. And who's this? Jolene. Thank you. Yes, yes. Oh, cousin Cassie. Yay.
She is my beautiful Gemini cousin, one of my strongest supporters.
I love it. So beautiful.
Yeah.
And Kathy joined us. Any questions? Anybody else have any questions? She is here. Oh, wait, here. Manifestation is instant and can lead to negativity. Yes.
When the vibration is low. So yes, watch your thought process. Watch the vibration that you're in, because we're living in the linear and there's all different types of personalities and energies floating around. So it's very easy to get into a negative thought process or a negative mindset when someone may not be reflecting light and love towards you.
Right.
No judgment. We're human. We're supposed to have these emotions, but when you get there and you realize it, all right, bring yourself back up again. But yes, manifestation is strong, especially now, because my gosh, the ascension process is in full force and effect.
It really is. It's woo, I love it.
Yeah.
Michael Zinn, I'm curious about Orion.
Okay, Orion. So that's really funny because Orion is actually in the ET Healing Oracle card deck as well. Now, I know there has been a lot of negativity with the Orions, but I have a very strong kinship with Orion beings. Two beautiful beings that have come to me. They look almost like they're in metal, like they're in sheet metal, and they're light lavender. And whenever I'm feeling down, I walk outside. As soon as I see Orion, it's like my spirit is lifted up high. It's like I'm home again, alive again. I don't know if anybody ever gets the chance to look out in the constellations to really appreciate what they are, because I feel like we're so numb to them. Like, oh, there's all these different symbols in the sky. Who put them there? How did they get like that? Do we ever ask these questions? As a kid, I was very lucky. Dad would always show me the moon, and he taught me all the constellations, especially Cassiopeia, because they call me Cassie for short. So I always like immediately had that connection to the star system. I don't know if that answers your question, but Orion is just, with me, it fills my soul.
He feels very connected to it too.
He should find his time outside and meditate with Orion. Meditate with them. If you can, I know it's kind of cold right now. I don't know where you are. Bundle up or sit in your car and open up the moonroof. See Orion, connect with that energy, heart center to heart center. See the messages that you receive.
It's actually supposed to be gorgeous this week. So get outside. Yeah.
Get out there.
So beautiful. So beautiful. We when I went to Hawaii, Steve and Toronto, walking to the volcano, but the sky, I mean, it was amazing. So amazing.
Hawaii is gorgeous. I'm sorry that I missed that trip. I will not miss the next one.
So much fun.
Yeah.
Any more questions for this beautiful goddess? Do you feel anything else, love?
Well, I mean, I want to pull a couple of cards from the goddess deck to give to everybody. And, I came on the podcast, and this is my very first podcast, so I cannot thank you enough for this invitation. And all of the beautiful comments and the people who are here supporting me. Like, I truly, truly, I thank you from the bottom of my heart, because this truly is my joy. And, look upon your path. If I'm going to leave anybody with anything, look upon your path, look behind you, and then look ahead of you. If you need anything to be proud of the steps that you've already taken. Be proud of your journey and where you are right now, because this is not easy. This is not easy living here. We came here on purpose because it is difficult to learn our lessons. Just be so proud of yourself that you're here. And when we build our self-esteem and our self-confidence, believe me, it reflects that energy, because we are all energy. It echoes out into the universe and gives love and respect to everybody around you.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Oh.
Well, I'm sure you're going to be on another podcast, because Michael Zinn does them too.
He does. Okay.
If
I receive the invitation, I'm happy to accept.
Yes.
This is actually one of my favorite cards in the goddess deck. So this is number 23. And if you could see that. Okay. Wow. And it reminds me of the flower of life heading in an upward direction. So it's almost like the flower of life is transforming and going up into the galaxies. It's like your soul, your divine connection is creating and soaring high. You're raising your vibration. So this is fly high, dream big, never give up. Never let anyone dim your light. Shine brightly in the greatness of the Almighty creation. Amen.
Love that. So
remember, we are a creation here. Our energy, our soul came from a specific creator.
Yeah.
In love. In love. We were made in love.
We were born complete love.
That's right.
That's right. Yes. Oops. Amen. 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 Joseph wants a card for himself.
Okay. All right. So we'll pull a card. And my throat chakra right now.
I was just going to say, maybe Joseph needs to get his throat chakra.
Yeah. Speak your truth, Joseph.
Speak your truth, Joseph. Before she even pulls the card, we're telling you now.
That's what I'm getting. It's like fire. It's so on fire right now, because I feel like whatever you have to say is on the tip of your tongue, but you need to speak your truth. Speak it from the heart. Look at that. So here is your card. One of my favorite symbols. I love these symbols. The pot of gold is closer than you expect. Don't give up. You are right at the cusp of great success. Where your dreams come true come to those who conquer all in their own doubts. You're right there. Don't give up. So if you felt like you had a loss in life, a loss in love, a loss in yourself, don't. This is spirit giving you confirmation that you are right there. And all of your joys, all of your happiness, all of your wants, your needs, desires, they're there for you. Just keep on your journey. Don't give up. Mainly, don't give up on yourself. And speak your truth. You can speak it in love. Anything that you have to say, regardless of what you may intuitively feel the other person is going to receive it as, deliver it in love.
And ask spirit to help you deliver it in love.
That's right. That's right. That's another thing that was touched upon yesterday as well, is we never ask spirit. We have this huge team behind us and we think we have to do this all on our own. We're very silly. We don't. Ask for help. Ask for guidance.
Yeah. I ask for help for everything. If I lose something, in the house, I'm like, show me, spirit. And boom, there it is.
Always asking for help. They might get sick of me after a while. So I'm like, I need your help. Help me with this. Help me with that. Help me get through the day. It's so tough in the office. I don't think I can make it. I'm always checking in. I'm like, I don't know what's going on with my heart chakra. I need your help. Clear this out. And they're doing.
Yeah. So fun. I love it. I love it. All right. So is there anything else you want to say out loud for the collective?
Just express my gratitude for the moment in time that I have here with everybody, the moment in time I have with you, and to just say thank you and I love you. I love you to everybody. Yes. This journey that I'm on is pure joy, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. And I'm just ready to give. And if anybody needs anything, has any questions about anything, do not hesitate to send me an email. I may not answer you right away, but you will get an answer.
Beautiful. Yeah. And you can, her information is on the bottom. You can refer to this video anytime you want to watch it again. See her beautiful face over and over. We're getting a lot of thank yous, love yous. So many beautiful souls. Thank you all for coming. Yay. All right, so I'm going to put you in the back room. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'll be right with you, all right? Mwah! Love you. Yay! Thanks, everybody, for coming on and chatting with us and communicating with us and listening to that beautiful goddess Cassandra. May all beings be happy, loving, wealthy, healthy, and free. Yeah!
This is the moment we've been waiting for. Feel the right in a world of that for sure. Na 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 na. Got get that